The Titanic Propeller guy is up there with the Rohirrim soldier in the Two Towers who gets blasted off the parapet with an oversized siege bolt, and the reporter in The Day After Tomorrow who gets crushed by a tumbling billboard, as a film character with little screen time, but who's memorable solely for their death. After the unsinkable ship hits an iceberg in the middle of the freezing Atlantic in the latter half of Titanic, James Cameron's Oscar-dominating epic romance transforms into a harrowing and breakneck disaster movie that is as distressing as the romance is captivating. As the ship begins to sink, characters are shown in various states of panic, acceptance, and pain as the reality of the situation sets in. The woman trapped at the bottom of the ship who lulls her children to sleep with a story as water pools at her knees is particularly heartbreaking. When Ismay jumps from the Titanic onto the lifeboat, after encouraging the captain to go faster, it's infuriating, and not exactly what happened when the ship sank. However, fans look back on the Titanic Propeller guy more than any of those doomed characters. The Titanic Propeller guy's death shows just how real the tragedy was. The brutal death shows what the Titanic passengers were up against. Towards the end of the Titanic sinking, the bow of the boat begins to dip into the water, lifting the stern upward, like some horrible, nautical seesaw. Jack and Rose climb away from the sinking sections, knowing the longer they're out of the freezing cold water, the better their chances of survival. They barely make it to the back with a few other lucky climbers when the Titanic goes nearly vertical. Hundreds of feet in the air, one man decides to jump for it, as many do, but he's waited too long. The propellers are sticking too far out, and the man clips one on the way down and spirals into the water. This death has grown into a bit of an internet joke, with many considering it unintentional black comedy. It doesn't help that there's a loud twang as he hits the metal. When posted online as just a clip, maybe it does look a little Looney Tunes-esque, but that's the issue with watching things out of context. Scenes lose what makes them meaningful. In the film, it's a massive struggle to climb the rising boat, and many people on the Titanic don't make it. For that man, to have made it to the stern and then jump, just as others are doing, his violent crash into the propeller does not seem like gallows humor. It seems like a reminder of how terrible and brutal the fates of many people were that night.